It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics play host to the Golden State Warriors. And the Golden State Warriors control the tip. Curry, his first effort, off the mark. To Hayward. To Irving. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
And he connects on the first free throw. For two on that trip. Possession lies with Golden State. Oh, they call him for the foul.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Green to Cousins. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. To Irving. To Horford. Short jumper misses.
And so much of the shot is before the shot even occurs. As a defense, make him do things he's uncomfortable with. Stay up on him, make him catch the ball outside of his comfort zone.
Kyrie across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Irving. He was all over him. To Cousins. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Warriors basketball. Durant to Curry. Fires the three, and Steph Curry dials in from three.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Hayward, smothering D. To Curry, lets it fly from long range. That will end a putback slam.
I don't think I could do that on the 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Irving. To Jaylen Brown. Hayward. Inside, he scores.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Durant to Thompson. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
You know, someone I had the audacity to ask Klay Thompson how he feels about being the third or fourth option. And I love his response. He said, I don't care. When you're as efficient as me, my paycheck warrants it. And I think about a game he had this past year. 88.4 seconds of possessions, 52 touches, 33 shots, 11 dribbles for 60 points just in 22 minutes. Proves the reason why Klay is Klay.
Irving brings the ball up court. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Knocked loose. to Rozier. Won't go. He can do better than that.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
The assist from number 23.
Rozier with it. 9-point margin. Warriors have it. And finishes. Draymond takes it out on the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Warriors have the basketball. Livingston to Green. Down low, Boogie. Off the assist.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Aaron Baines powers it through. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They look lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. They can get a 2-for-1 if they play this right. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Knocked loose. Warriors come away with it. Livingston. Boogie abusing the rim. Big finish.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
To go, and the foul. Get off the tracks. The train's coming through.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
And he misses that one free throw. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. First quarter's complete. The Warriors with a commanding lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Tonight, everyone gets free.
Off the mark. What on earth was he thinking?
See, I don't like that shot right there. Pass the ball, get the defense moving, maybe set up.
Rises for the slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
4-3. Yes.
3 points.
It's Golden State basketball. Thompson steps out and hits.
Klay Thompson equals a jump shooting metronome. Catch, plant, and shoot, and there's no wasted motion from the waist up, which leads to him being one of the most efficient players in the league. He's led the league for 3 seasons in a row in catch and shoot opportunities. You'll probably want to run him off the three-point line, force him to put the ball down on the ground and make a play.
And the finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Into the game for Warriors. Number 35, Kevin Durant.
Knocked loose. Thompson. And Draymond Green throws it down. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
And he finishes at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
KD with the rock. Thompson to Cousins. Probing the defense. Cousins scores from the post.
That's what you like. That rip through right into the shot. That's smooth.
Have to respect all elements of his game. And scores at the basket. Great body control, Jay. He was a freight train down the lane.
Who's controlling the paint? The offense is controlling the paint right now. The defense needs to do a better job of making it more uncomfortable for those easy lays.
With another basket there.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. His guy's up by 15. To Horford. Warriors have the basketball. Curry to Cousins. And finishes strong. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Curry with it up top. The lead is 15. Green to Cousins. Shot from the lane won't go. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. 6'11", 270. That's a massive man. You can make a case there's nobody like him.
There isn't anybody like him in the NBA. He is an absolute bully on the block. Can burrow his way through traffic, make it easy, and also possesses that sweet shooting touch from the outside.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 7, Caleb Brown. Into the game for the Warriors. Number 2.
It's blocked by Boogie.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Curry to Durant. Jordan Bell with the dunk.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
Irving taking advantage of the defender. Nice ball fake. It's Curry controlling the offense. To Thompson. Stephen Curry with a look. Tatum grabs the board. To Horford. Irving. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Durant with the basketball up top. Looking to make something happen. To Curry. They work it down to Cousins. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
It's no good. If he takes those shots, he'll be back on the bench in no time.
You know, everyone gets lucky from time to time. You played the probability game perfectly on that possession.
good for the three-point play. It's back to a 14-point game. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Stephen Curry, the fastest release in the NBA, hits the three. From 18 feet at the buzzer, and he hits. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
The Warriors absolutely dominated the competition in the... Thanks for...
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. For three, and Kyrie Irving took the defense for a ride. Tough three-pointer. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Irving into the front court, trailing by 14.
I got him. Here we go.
Tatum can't go down. Smothering defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Fires the three. Man, that was a tough shot.
And your big is the one making that happen. Every time he's involved in a PNR, he's slipping it, forcing that guy from the weak side to come down and help. Quick skip passes equal threes in the bank.
Curry into the front court. His team on top by 13. And count the basket.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
Irving with the basketball. Down by 15. Irving. Deep left corner to Irving. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Curry with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Durant. They need something to go down. It's no good. To Horford. Knocked loose. Runner's good there.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Thompson to Cousins. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Gets a second to go with one more to come. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Golden State at the controls. Curry, look out. If he's hitting those, could be a long night. Curry, no doubt, is a transformative player. Some say for the worst. Is there too much of a reliance on the three-point shot at all levels?
No, we're watching the game evolve, and Stephen Curry has been critical in changing the narrative. But I want kids at home to recognize that they see the finished product. They see somebody who makes 1,000 jumpers a day. And I love what Team USA is doing when they talk about removing the three-point line. It's imperative that kids have the right mechanics. If you have the right mechanics, your range will take care of itself.
Defense all over Rozier. Can't connect. Durant. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Inside, he scores.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of it.
Down the lane to lay it in.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Irving to Rozier. Marcus Morris, strong finish. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Entering the game for the Boston Celtics, number 7, Jaylen Brown.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Livingston to bring it up. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. From the painted area, won't go down. To Rozier. Irving. To Marcus Morris. The drive. Right to the basket. Yes! And a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw good. A three-point play, and they're back within single digits, down by 9. It's Thompson.
Watch the cutter, man.
To Sean Livingston. Not that time. The follow won't go either. Into the front court, it's Irving. His guys down by 9. To Irving, beyond the arc for 3, trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Easy pass to the rim. That ends the third quarter. The Warriors with the lead. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Klay Thompson with the basketball. Won't go. To Rozier. Horford to Irving. Over to the right side. To Irving. Rozier. And the rebound taken by Golden State. Here's Irving into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. To Rozier. Nothing going here on that drive. To Rozier. Baseline drive. From long range. Message received. Well defended.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
The follow won't go either. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Irving. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
Jaylen Brown really coming into his own. The third overall pick a couple of years ago. He saw his points per game go up drastically. Plus, he is one of the few people in the East that has the versatility to guard LeBron James.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Number 20, Gordon Hayward. Subbing in for
Durant to Curry.
Number 0, DeMarcus Cousins.
Cousins. Boston secures the rebound. Hayward to Horford. Irving. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And so many players, when they come into the paint, they come in with that soft approach. He didn't come in soft at all. He came in with aggression, and he went through the defender. Through, not around. That's key.
Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Kevin Durant with the rock. To Thompson. Here comes the screen. Thompson to Cousins. Rocking the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Rozier rocking the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Curry to bring it up. They lead it. 4-point game. Curry to the basket, but it won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. Leads 4. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Hayward. And scores. Strong take.
Jason Tatum finished 3rd amongst all rookies in Rookie of the Year voting. But I say to you this, I agree with what Jaylen Brown had to say. If it was a one-on-one battle, who you taking, Jason Tatum or Donovan Mitchell? Jason Tatum or Ben Simmons? I take JT every time.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Free throw up and good. 3-point play puts them up by a point. Kevin Durant has it. To Shaun Livingston. Durant. Thompson. Textbook defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Hayward. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win the defensive battle.
Kyrie across the timeline. His guys now down by a point. To Hayward. Irving. To Hayward. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Now that's a contest. To Shaun Livingston. Green to Durant. Driving right to the basket. Durant and a putback slam.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Hayward to Irving. Here's a chance from long range. That's good D. Shot no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Possession lies with Golden State. And he's fouled. Couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First try, no good. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Now the Celtics going to use a timeout. Barring a 4-point play, this is a 2-possession game. Let's see how they decide to attack this. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Hayward fires the three. You know Kyrie, zero hesitation. Buries it for three.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing now.
Takes advantage inside after the miss from the perimeter. Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout. They trail by 1. Who's it going to be as they get ready for the final shot? Time for some new personnel into the game. Durant. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good. Timeout Boston. They trail by 2. And the question, do they look for the tie in overtime? Or do they go for it all with a 3? Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Lets it fly from long range. It's good. And he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
If you're the defender, you can't keep your hand outwards in the pocket of the shooter. The offensive player recognized that. He raked his arms into yours on his way up to take the shot. That's a foul every time.
Free throw try, off the mark. 17-footer for the win. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they just squeak this one out by a point. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics almost let this one get away from them, but they managed to get the victory. And it's surprising. We got such a competitive game when they hit so many threes, but they did what was necessary to finish it off. The Celtics got their score from the guys you're seeing here on screen. The Warriors must be devastated after such a close loss. While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, style points never show up on the scoreboard. Check out the leading scores for the Golden State Warriors.
Game track. Assists.
The teams in this matchup did a great job of moving the ball and keeping the game flowing. It was the sort of action fans love to see, and I definitely enjoyed it myself. The unselfish play made for a great game.
Player of the game.
Easy choice for player of the game. No one else made as big of an impact in this matchup. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.